Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar. I'm Ali. Today we're diving deep into some explosive intelligence from two trusted insiders, Frank26 and MilitiaMan. What they're revealing right now isn't just intriguing. It has the potential to completely change the game. If you've been patiently waiting for a clear sign from the Central Bank of Iraq, this just might be it. So let's explore what's being said behind closed doors and how it could shape the future of Iraq's monetary system. Frank26's latest update carries a strong sense of urgency. He's talking about what he calls maybe a broken bar, hinting that the Central Bank of Iraq is about to announce a firm deadline for Iraqi citizens to turn in their high-denomination 30,000 dinar notes. This isn't just a casual recommendation. According to Frank, this deadline will define a limited window where citizens can legally exchange their notes by depositing them into what he calls my account. This My Account is essentially a bank account registered under each citizen's name within Iraq's official financial system. It's a way for the central bank to track and account for currency in circulation more precisely. Frank warns that missing this deadline could have serious consequences. Once the window closes, those 30,000 dinar notes may become completely useless within Iraq. Imagine holding money that banks, businesses, and even everyday people refuse to accept. While these notes might still have some value internationally, inside Iraq they could become like radioactive currency, untouchable, taboo, and worthless. No bank or institution would be allowed to process them, effectively cutting them out of the country's financial system. This is a drastic move, but one Frank says is inevitable. Why would Iraq take such a tough stance on its own currency? It's because the country is preparing to enter a new monetary era. Large denomination notes like the 30,000 dinar simply don't make sense anymore in this vision of the future. The Central Bank of Iraq has long said that the project to remove zeros from the currency, essentially redenomination, requires cooperation from the public and institutions alike. Now it looks like Phase 2, the enforcement phase, is about to begin. But the real key, according to Frank, is the timeline. Once a specific deadline is announced, it won't be a suggestion. It will be a hard national deadline with serious consequences if missed. Frank emphasizes that this is not about punishment, but about accelerating the return of hoarded currency into the banking system. It's designed to push Iraq into its new monetary era, creating velocity of money, which is essential for economic growth. When currency circulates quickly through the economy, businesses grow, investments rise, and jobs are created. So this isn't just a crackdown, it's a vital step for Iraq's financial health. On the other side, MilitiaMan brought forward some exciting news on May 26th about a massive initiative called the Development Road Project. This is not just about paving roads, it's about rebuilding Iraq's entire future. Think of an expansive network of infrastructure connecting Iraq with Europe, Asia, and the Middle East through highways, high-speed rail, ports, industrial corridors, and even smart cities. MilitiaMan calls this a game changer, and he's not exaggerating. This project is expected to generate enormous revenue, create tens of thousands of jobs, and draw significant foreign investment into Iraq. But beyond the physical infrastructure, the Development Road Project serves as a financial lever. A project of this scale means long-term international contracts, increased banking activity, and an urgent need for a stable, valuable, and widely tradable national currency, the Iraqi dinar. Without a reliable currency that holds its value both domestically and internationally, these investments and developments cannot reach their full potential. So how do these two pieces of intel fit together? Frank26 is signaling that the central bank is ready to cleanse the old currency from circulation by setting a firm deadline for turning in 30,000 dinar notes. Meanwhile, MilitiaMan highlights Iraq's rising global relevance and the necessity of a currency that supports the country's growing international economic ties. Together, these insights show us a coordinated push towards modernizing Iraq's monetary system. Iraq cannot move forward while the economy is dominated by outdated inflation-era notes hoarded outside the banking system. It must embrace modernization, lower denomination notes, digital banking solutions, and integration into the global financial network. Frank's information suggests the central bank is on the brink of flipping the switch. For years, they have been patient with the slow return of 30,000 dinar notes, but with about 90% of that cash still held outside banks. The tolerance is ending. If the time frame is officially announced, it will send a crystal-clear message. Turn in your old notes or lose their value inside Iraq. For those holding dinar outside the country, Frank adds an interesting detail. While these notes may still hold value internationally for some time, within Iraq they could become as toxic as counterfeit bills, completely excluded from the financial system. What's more, declaring this deadline could be a precursor to a change in the official exchange rate. When a currency's internal circulation is capped or restricted, it's often a signal that a new rate structure is about to take effect. This means we could be on the verge of a currency revaluation. Zooming out, Iraq is currently gaining momentum on multiple fronts. Economic projects like the Development Road are attracting foreign capital. Real estate expos are showcasing billion-dollar visions. Banks are restructuring, and the stock exchange is pausing to recalibrate. According to Frank26, the central bank is preparing the ground for a new currency launch. At the same time, Iraq is seeing increasing global support. From the UAE to Iran, Turkey to China, countries in the region are engaging with Iraq in new and significant ways. Tourism is picking back up, religious pilgrimage numbers are rising, and major companies are eyeing long-term partnerships. But none of this progress can scale effectively unless Iraq upgrades its currency. MilitiaMan puts it perfectly. Iraq's background is rich with history and potential, and now the region and the world are embracing Iraq's future. So what should we expect next? Keep an eye out for an official announcement from the central bank about deadlines or timeframes for currency exchange. Look for new guidance to citizens about turning in 30,000 dinar notes or opening digital accounts. Watch for tangible signs on the ground, new lower denomination notes, fresh ATMs, digital wallet rollouts, and increased digital banking infrastructure. Also, pay attention to international financial media, which may start recognizing Iraq's shift and including the dinar in global watch lists. Finally, expect some movement in the official exchange rate, which could be quietly published at first or announced more publicly with a media push. The writing is on the wall. Iraq stands at the edge of a monumental transformation. One foot remains stuck in a past defined by war, sanctions, and mistrust, while the other is stepping firmly into a future marked by modernization, stability, and global integration. Frank26's warning is crystal clear. Don't miss the window. Once the countdown begins, changes will happen faster than most expect. This opportunity won't last forever. And MilitiaMan reminds us why this moment is so important. Iraq isn't just resetting its currency, it's reclaiming its rightful place on the world stage through ambitious development and financial reform. As always, I'll keep bringing you the latest, the real and the raw, straight from insiders, gurus, and the streets of Baghdad. This is Ali with Iraqi Dinar Insights. If you found this breakdown helpful, please subscribe and turn on notifications, because what happens next might just change your future. Stay safe, stay sharp, and stay ready.